Well, it's really quite surprising because more than 1 million Canadians live with psychosis, something I did not know. And 140,000 Ontarians have schizophrenia. What changes have you noticed in your time leading the organization?
We've really seen advancements in the area of treatment modalities. So when I started in the organization, which was about 18 years ago, we didn't have the capacity to understand mental illness in general the way we do today, and particularly schizophrenia. So those advancements that we've seen, that we have better treatment modalities, and we've also learned that it's not just medication. I mean, I think we as Canadians and people living in Ontario, when we hear the word schizophrenia or psychosis, we automatically assume some fear associated with it. We don't really understand what it is, and we just think it's got to be treated with medication. We do say a cornerstone of treatment is medication. However, we have now learned why the illness, there's an onset to this illness. We know more than we've ever known before. An example of that is that it can be trauma-induced, which I would say 25, 30 years ago, that didn't even enter into our understanding about the illness.
That's what I was just going to ask, whether it is genetic, whether it's a result of something that happens to you. Do we know?
We don't know exactly. So what we know are what are some of those precursors. So yes, you're absolutely right. It could be genetics. It could be trauma or stress. It could be something that is happening biologically in the brain. We know about dopamine and different chemicals in the brain. But do we know and can we isolate the single cause? Not yet. And that's why the ongoing research and advancements in the field are so important. We would say there needs to be more dedicated resources in understanding this. And that is also why we've created IM. Because while we are looking for those advancements, a key thing here is really improving people's quality of life.
Now, SSO is marking National Schizophrenia and Psychosis Awareness Day. That's on May 24th with a special event. So tell us a little bit about that.
So annually, we are very excited about this day because it gives us the opportunity to increase awareness in communities and also to reach out to people who may not know about us. It's a way of informing people that if they need help, they can come to the organization and receive any of the help that they may need. So through that, our day will be marked by the CN Tower being lit up, Niagara Falls being lit up.
Purple and green?
Purple and green.
There are your colors.
Purple and green, and Toronto sign also being lit up. So it's a way of recognizing and honoring people who live with schizophrenia and psychosis and family members who oftentimes don't have that recognition, but also by reaching out to the general public to let them know about schizophrenia and psychosis, about the organization, and if they need any support or assistance, we're here for them.
Why is it important for people with a mental illness to feel support in the community where they live?
It's important because the communities where we live is what surrounds us, and that's where we as individuals have our social functions. That's where we as individuals relate. Oftentimes communities where we live is where our families and friends are. And that is why it's so important to be able to offer services locally. Now, being the Schizophrenia Society, we offer services across the province through our Ask the Expert phone line. And that's your initial point of contact. So no matter where you are in Ontario or even Canada, we are there to help and support you.
If you were a parent and you were
just gonna say
if
that,
you were a
yeah.
parent, could you call in and say, I'm concerned about my child, I'm seeing some
This, that, the other
symptoms?
thing,
Does
yeah.
it?
Absolutely. If you are a parent and you're seeing some signs that concern you, we're not saying that it is a mental illness or schizophrenia and psychosis. We are saying that it's a great first step to take because that's where we can help you. And most recently, I must say, a lot of the calls that have been coming into our office are from parents whose young people have developed drug-induced psychosis and are very concerned about some of our new cannabis laws and cannabis legislation. So we are seeing a definite increase in correlation there.
So the resources really, so people can just, where would they go? If you say you have a helpline, where can they go to get your directory of services that are offered?
The best place to go is to our website, which is schizophrenia.on.ca.
Okay.
All of our resources are listed there, all of the services we provide, the direct contact phone numbers. You can also email us. So if you're not quite ready to pick up the phone, feel free to send an email. And of course, everything is confidential, and we are just there to help you.
Yeah, because it would take a while to just remember how to spell schizophrenia.
All right. Well, Mary Alberti, thank you so much for coming in and
You're
telling us
welcome.
about this, and good luck.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much to both of you.
What she said.